Welcome back to Wisdom of the East. We often look for health in a bottle or success in a paycheck, but the ancient masters knew better. They knew that your life is a direct reflection of your character. Today, we explore the teachings of a polymath who used the I Ching physiognomy in medicine to map the human soul and the mystery that surrounded his final days.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the really complex life and teachings of a modern legend in traditional Chinese medicine, Haixia. He was an absolute master who inspired thousands, but his life, well, it's also a story with a central, nagging question. And this, right here, is the paradox at the heart of his story. It's a question that has puzzled his followers for years. And it's the mystery we're going to explore today as we unpack the incredible wisdom he left behind. Okay, so let's get into it. Born in Taiwan, Haixia wasn't just some doctor. No, he was what you'd call a polymath of ancient arts, someone who saw the world through a lens that connected absolutely everything. To really understand his approach to healing, and honestly to life itself, we have to look at the foundations of his knowledge. Because for him, it was never just about herbs and needles. It was so much bigger than that. See, unlike so many practitioners who just specialize in one thing, he integrated all 5 of these ancient arts. He truly believed that a person's health, their destiny, their environment, they were all deeply interconnected, just different parts of one giant cosmic system. So, to share this vast knowledge, he created these 2 incredible bodies of work. Tianji was all about the laws of the universe, and Renji was about applying those big cosmic laws directly to the human body. His whole goal was to bring back the classical principles of the Han Dynasty, which became the foundation of his Han Tang medical system. And get this, he was a pioneer in putting it all on DVDs, basically making this one secret wisdom available to everybody. His work, Tianji, was actually structured around the I Ching, the ancient Book of Changes. It uses these 64 symbols called hexagrams, like the ones you see here, and each one represents a fundamental pattern in the universe. He used this amazing framework to explain everything, from huge cosmic cycles right down to the feng shui of a single room. And this motto from his Ren-Ji series on medicine, it just brilliantly sums up his core philosophy. He believed you had to go back to the source, to the classical texts, but then you had to apply that ancient wisdom broadly and creatively to solve the problems we face today. But here's the thing. This philosophy of restoring classical order, it wasn't just for medicine. He believed that to achieve great things in life, we first have to create order inside ourselves. And he used his deep, deep understanding of human nature to boil it all down into 3 practical principles. So what does it really take? According to Haixia, it wasn't just about raw talent or working hard. Nope, it was about cultivating 3 core character traits that formed the bedrock of any lasting achievement, especially in a world that is constantly trying to pull you in a million different directions. He believed that these 3 qualities right here were the true foundation for anyone who could achieve great things. And these aren't just skills you learn, they're states of being that allow your wisdom and your energy to build up instead of just leaking away into the chaos of modern life. Okay, first up, control your emotions. From a TCM perspective, think of anger as a fire that literally scorches your liver, totally messing up your body's energy, or qi. And fear? That drains your kidney essence, which is kind of like your body's core battery pack. In an age of constant outrage and anxiety, he taught that a stable mind is the only way to make wise decisions and avoid complete burnout. Second, endure solitude. In our hyper-connected world, we're terrified of being alone. But Haixia saw it as a privilege, a sacred space where you could get away from all the noise and connect with a deeper wisdom. It's in those quiet moments that you build the deep roots you need to withstand all of life's storms. And third, resist temptation. Man, this one flies directly in the face of modern hustle culture and that obsession with quick wins. He saw chasing shortcuts as a trap that just depletes your long-term energy and basically invites disaster. Real success, true fortune, that's built slowly, step by step. Now, beyond just teaching these principles, he also offered practical ways to actually observe them in other people. Drawing on his knowledge of physiognomy, that's the art of reading character from facial features, he suggested that certain physical traits can reveal a person's underlying potential. He taught people to look for signs of a person who is well-grounded. For instance, Steady eyes can reflect a focused mind. A deep voice often indicates strong core energy or qi. A radiant complexion shows good health. He didn't see these as superficial judgments, but as real outward signs of what's going on inside a person. Which brings us right back to that paradox we started with. If he had such profound, incredible knowledge of health and character, how could he die so young? He passed away at just 59 years old. And his death, it sent absolute shockwaves through the TCM community and has been the subject of speculation ever since. So what happened? Well, there is no single confirmed cause. Some theories point to internal factors, like a chronic illness he might have contracted in his youth, or even that in treating himself, he pushed his own system too hard, disrupting its fundamental yin-yang balance. Others focus on these immense external pressures. His students recall he often slept only 3 or 4 hours a night, a level of overwork that is just not sustainable for anyone. Now, alongside the medical theories, there's this other perspective, one that's rooted in the culture of healing itself. It's the idea that a truly compassionate doctor, in treating thousands and thousands of difficult cases, can metaphorically take on some of the energetic burden of their patient's suffering. Now, that's not a medical diagnosis, of course, but it speaks to the immense dedication his life really embodied. Despite all the questions surrounding his death, his impact on the world of traditional Chinese medicine is absolutely undeniable. He left behind a legacy that continues to shape the entire field today. He completely broke through the traditional secrecy of the whole master-disciple relationship, using modern technology to share classical knowledge with the whole world. His Han Tong system revived classical diagnostic methods and herbal formulas, really challenging modern TCM to get back to its roots. He inspired a whole generation of practitioners and empowered ordinary people to take an active role in their own health. And ultimately, his most powerful teaching might just be this: your life isn't just something that happens to you. It's a mirror reflecting your inner world. By cultivating emotional stability, inner strength, and integrity, we actively shape our own health, our success, and our destiny. Which really, it leaves all of us with a final question to think about. What is your life reflecting?
We often measure a life by its length, but Haixia taught us to measure it by its depth. In just 6 decades, he decoded the universe, revived ancient herbal formulas, and modernized the way we look at human destiny. He proved that to master the world, you must first master the self. His early passing remains a mystery, but the wisdom he left behind is an open book for those brave enough to read it. Your life is a mirror. If you change your character, you change the reflection. What is yours reflecting? For more journeys into the heart of ancient knowledge, stay tuned to Wisdom of the East.